And I'd be like, "It's on
And then
man."
there were 8. Good afternoon from Watkins, Glen International, and welcome here to our first race of the round of 8 for the WRA Oreo Cup Series, race number 33, playoff race number 7 of the season. We're to go racing at the GoBowling.com at the Glen. 14 laps about to get underway. I'm going to show you the starting lineup right now. Bradley Ream, who made it in the next round. Annie Crenshaw was recently eliminated from the playoffs. Bears Gator Racing made the show. Daniel Witter, one of the drivers in the next round of the playoffs. Kyle England made the race via the Go session. Eric Stanbury, Josh Harmon, and Marinelli DeLeon, along with Baby CJ, who made it into the next round. Kyler Anderson, who was recently eliminated from the playoffs. Skylar Taylor, K Wascher made it in the next round. Senor Sean Art and Reggie Fogleman, they were recently eliminated from the playoffs. Then Katie Waters, Courtney Lynn round out the field. Field's rolling off. All 8 drivers that are still in the playoff hunt are tied for the points lead, so that's just pretty self-explanatory. I apologize if it was on replay because my recording system decided to be a derping elephant that CJ mugged into my computer, but we'll leave that joke all aside. And we're green here at the Glen. And since this race is going to be a replay, I cannot show you cannot spoil who won the race and all that until you see the official results. I've already exported the race because, like I said, my recording system decided to be dumb along with my Internet Explorer, which I had to go throw them down the mountain into the cap die. William Ayers and Ian Dutta, Eric Sadler, those 3 are not in the playoffs this season. They're just trying to find victory lane. Annie Crenshaw, who was recently eliminated from the playoffs, trying to finish her season with a trip to victory lane. Cody Smart and Jared Johnson have come to pit road. Not sure what's up with those drivers. Jesse Art's into the wall. Jesse Art just got turned into the tire wall. So a disaster for Stuart Haas Racing. And we believe it may have been contact with another driver, we're being told. Let's take a look at the replay. We'll quickly look at Jesse Art's replay. I have a feeling William Davis, had a Jesse got up on the rumble strips, and then William Davis just turned the Mahendrick Tractors Ford Mustang Dark Horse into the tire wall. That's a tough break for Jesse, excuse me. As we're back to live action here. Up, Courtney Lynn, Alexander Dawson got together.
I remember when Kyle Sutton lived with me. He didn't like hearing his name on
Courtney.
television.
Oh gosh, that was a big hit for Dawson. Got hooked by Courtney Lynn, took both of them into the guardrail.
Wow.
That's going to end the 48th day, unfortunately. That's a tough break for him. That was a big hit by Alexander Dawson. Those two, by the way, are teammates, Courtney Lynn and Alexander Dawson. Right now, J Ard has gone behind the wall. So that means Alexander Dawson and Courtney Lynn's days are done. Sorry about that. Had something go down the wrong way. Excuse me. Apologies about that. Jared Johnson came in this race 30th in points. Dawson 28th. J Ard 25th in the standings. Courtney Lynn 22nd in points. It looks like those four are done for done for the day. I believe that they are definitely done for the day. And they're the only four that have. Well, Jared Johnson still sits on pit road. Jared Johnson still sits on pit road, though. Don't know if Jared Johnson's going to get his issues fixed. J Ard, I know, has already back behind the wall, so she's off to the infield care center.
You see that we got queso, we got chips for it.
Oh.
Chips.
I didn't see that. I bet that piece of meat I had just went down the wrong side of my stomach, but that's okay. Currently at the half distance mark of today's race at the Glen. Hendrick Motorsports has only been to victory lane once this season, back at New Zealand. That was when William Ayer's teammate K Wascher went to victory lane in that race. Bradley Ream running in 5th right now. And of course the 8 drivers that come in this playoffs or coming in this round are all tied for the points lead. Right now, Bradley Ream would be the points leader heading into next week at Kentucky. Let's find out where the rest of our playoff drivers are running. Eric Stanbury in 15th, Daniel Woodder in 17th, Josh Harmon 18th, Skylar Taylor in 26th, Marinelli Dilly on 21st, Chris Washer back in 34th, and I believe that is it for the playoff drivers. Unless I missed one. Where's baby CJ? He's 23rd. Okay. So it looks like I got them all. And they did push the 24 and the 48 all back behind the wall. So they're... as they're now in the infield care center. Jesse Art has been released from the infield care center. And probably what happened in the 24-48 incident was Courtney Lynn kind of carried a lot of speed. Whereas Alexander Dawson, his car got a bit tight going into the start of the S's, and that's probably where the contact took place. And as I said, those two are teammates at Hendrick Motorsports, so I bet the debrief at Hendrick's going to be interesting. That's a tough break for a couple of drivers who really just want to finish their season with a trip to victory lane as best they can, but unfortunately not going to be the case. So right now, Bradley Ream. Let's see where Eric Stanbury is. He's running in the 15th position. There's Daniel Woodder in the 17th position. And remember, with no cautions, whatever happens, happens. And right now, with where Bradley Ream is running right now, not only he will be the points leader, he'll be sitting pretty good as far as the points are concerned heading into next week at Kentucky. And those drivers below the cut line will need a good run. Sean Ard is back out on track. Apparently, he's one lap down, so something must have happened to Senor. I also saw some damage to the right side of Chris Washer's HendrickCars.com Chevrolet. That's not good for Chris Washer, the last veteran driver still in the playoffs. There's Elena Aurora right behind Lizette Armstrong. These two ladies are Go Homers, part of DVR. Skylar Taylor running in 25th, not having a good run. Oh, Eric Stanbury's off the course. Eric Stanbury just went off the course there. He was running in 15th. I wonder if he's got an issue or something. Yeah, he's off in the grass. I wonder if he's got a problem or something. That's not good for Eric Stanbury because now he's going to be below the cut line heading into next week at Kentucky. So he'll need a good run at Kentucky, or he could find himself heading into Daytona in a must-win situation. And Sean is definitely one lap down. And everybody else is out of the race. As Eric Stanbury's come to pit road, let's see what the issue is. Oh, he had a flat tire. That's probably what happened to him. That's going to cost Eric Stanbury dearly because he was right. He would have been above the cut line after this race. Now he's going to be below it. And remember, Kyler Anderson, his teammate, just recently got eliminated from the playoffs. As we have now 2 laps of racing to go here at the Glen. Tough break for Eric Stanbury, who was running 15th earlier on in this race. So Eric Stanbury is going to be in recovery mode. K Wascher is going to be in recovery mode. And like I said, they're going to need a good run next week at Kentucky, or find themselves heading into Daytona, the final elimination race, in a must-win situation. And remember what happened back in the 500? We had a lot of craziness of who would be in the playoffs as far as the Daytona 500 is concerned. Imagine what would happen for the Coke Zero 400. Pair of night races as the white flag is out. One more lap to go, sponsored by Credit One Bank. Does Ian Dutta have anything for the Napa Auto Parts Chevrolet out of Hedrick Motorsports? William Ayer's gonna trying to hold off Ian Dutta. Don't know when the last time Ian Dutta has been to victory lane. William Ayers has never been to victory lane in his Oreo Cup Series career. And he's currently pulling away from the Motorcraft Ford Mustang Dark Horse out of the Wood Brothers. And coming off of turn number 7 for the final time. It will be his first career Oreo Cup Series win. William Ayers takes the GoBowling.com at the Glen. Wonderful win for William. It's been a difficult season for him. And I've already saved the standings before the race went live, so that way we didn't have to deal with it. Ian Dutta will get second, Eric Sadler third. Annie Crenshaw, 1 week after she got eliminated from the playoffs, gets fourth. Good run for her. Bradley Ream, the highest of the playoff drivers, in fifth, so Bradley Ream's sitting pretty good. He's in a good situation going into Kentucky. Just needs a good run to punch his ticket in the Final Four. Maybe a win could lock him in the Final Four. Quinton Moore, 6th. Brooke Packett, finished 7th. Nathan Fryman, 8th. Alina Ritchie, 9th. And Zachary Fitzwater. The last time we were on a road course, he won. He comes away in the 10th position. So Bradley Ream was the only driver in the playoffs that had a good run. But where did the other 7 finish? Got to go all the way down to 16th to find Josh Harmon. Daniel Wooder got 17th. Marinelli Dillion 19th. So they would be the 4 drivers above the cut line with Ream. And the 4 below the cut line will be CJ Bracken. Baby CJ finished 21st. Skylar Taylor 24th. Looking down to the rest of the finishing results here. Chris Washer 33rd and Eric Stanbury, the lowest of the playoff drivers, in 37th. And of course, he was the last car to finish on the lead lap. Sean Art finished 1 lap down. Not entirely sure what happened to him. And then 4 drivers did not reach the conclusion of the race. They were, as I got a text from my friend from LTR, Alexander Dawson, Courtney Lynn, who were involved in their accidents. They have been checked and released from the care center. Jesse Art did not reach the conclusion of the race. And then mechanical problems for Jarrett Johnson after the first lap of the race that took him also out of the race. So tough break for those drivers. And for Stanbury, Washer, Taylor, and Bracken, for those drivers, they are below the cut line. And those drivers will need a good run next week at Kentucky. So we'll see what happens. But thank you all for joining me for today's race here at Watkins Glen. If you enjoyed it, be sure to give this video a like, subscribe to become part of the World Racing Association crew today. We share your full finish results. Your point standings and playoff standings are down in the description. Keep an eye on that battle between above 4th and below 4th in the standings for the cut line going into next week's race, as I said, at Kentucky. And then our final elimination race at Daytona before we crown the champion at the Charlotte Motor Speedway. Until then, I've been D Whittle signing off as you've been watching another broadcast of the World Racing Association, where the greatest racing happens for the past 12 years. So long from the Glen.